and welcome back to yet another review and to another 2023 Mini Racer 3-pack review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the movie set 3-pack, which includes 3 characters from the Cars on the Road episode B movie, with the exclusive new release of President Mater, Deputy Hazard Lightning McQueen, and finally Ivy. Now, in my last review on the Road Rumblers 3-pack, I talked about how I feel like the mini racers are just kind of doing better than the 155 scale line when it comes to Cars on the Road releases, and I feel like this is just more proof of that. We do have diecasts of Ivy and Deputy Hazard McQueen for the 155 scale line, but we're still waiting on a President Mater. Yeah, he has a color changer, but who really counts color changers, right? This is just another example, I feel, of the Mini Racers line just sort of doing a bit better and giving people what they want to see instead of random color changers that nobody asked for. I will say, though, there is one problem with this pack, one very blatant problem that I haven't really seen anybody bring up, and that's Ivy. Ivy was in the B movie episode that this pack is based on, but she didn't look like this. When she appears in this episode, she's been repainted to a metallic yellow, and this pack just reuses the regular old Ivy. Now, I was really confused as to who would be in this pack when it first got announced. When the name first leaked, we only knew that a Deputy Hazard McQueen was coming out in the blind boxes, so I assumed that we would probably get a President Mater in the boxes as well, and then a third exclusive car in this pack, maybe someone like the movie director Bella Cadaver or Doug Crankle or whatever, but nope. No, instead we got the wrong Ivy. Thanks, guys. Good job. As you can see, we've got President Mater, Lightning McQueen, Deputy Hazard there, and finally Ivy. So let's get these 3 out of the package. It's funny because this pack is one of those mini racer packs that have immediately made another one pointless. Ivy, of course, was exclusive to a pack late last year that included her, the non-metallic Road Trip McQueen, which I believe still hasn't been released outside of multi-packs, and then a Mater. Now, that McQueen has appeared in much better packs, like the Salt Fever pack, and this Ivy is in this pack, so it makes that pack from just last year completely pointless. Which, yeah, is, I guess, a little annoying. We'll start off by taking a look at Ivy. Still a very impressive mini. Maybe the scaling is a bit off, but scaling's never the thing they're most concerned about in the Mini Racers line. I'm very excited to have a spare of Ivy. I'm definitely going to repaint her into a different monster truck, maybe one of the monster trucks from my Cars Adventures series. And I really feel like they just did a better job with the color scheme than the regular Mattel diecast did. This Ivy, of course, is metallic, and I feel like they got the fading color scheme a bit better. I'd say neither of these are a 100% match for Ivy in the show. If anything, the Disney Store model is the closest, but it's a nice touch that this is metallic and gets the fading from a lighter to a darker color much better than the basically non-existent fading on her regular release. Really like how she turned out, though. It's just cool to have a mini racer of a monster truck. Hopefully someday we'll get a few more. We'll move on to Lightning McQueen, Deputy Hazard here. Ironically, or I guess not ironically, but funnily enough, it is not the first time we've gotten a Police McQueen mini racer, as we also have a mini of Lieutenant Lightning McQueen. I really like this design. I wasn't the biggest fan of the 155 scale release. Something about the face was a bit off to me about it at first, and I also felt like there should have been a bit more of a difference between the 2 colors on him. I think the Mini Racer absolutely nails this design. I really love how it turned out. It has such a good expression, very in character, a sort of determined, angry Deputy Hazard Lightning McQueen look. Of course, this would be a unique mold as his light bar is plugged into the top. We also have Deputy Hazard written there on the bottom, as well as a Deputy badge on the side. I really like how his wheels are different and unique. Look at the back, which is blank. Look at the other side. Yeah, I really like this guy. I really like the color scheme, and like I said in my review of his regular diecast, love how he's supposed to be sort of like a park ranger in terms of color scheme. And finally, we have President Mater, and I gotta say, I feel like the shade of blue on this guy is off. Maybe I'm just misremembering because I'm just remembering the dark blue of the color changer, but I feel like this is a bit too light of a shade of blue. I feel like the color changer gets it a bit better. but I might be wrong. Regardless, it's President Mater, the funniest concept that Cars on the Road presented, in my opinion. Just the fact that you can walk into a store now and find a piece of Cars merchandise called President Mater is something that I will never stop finding funny. Imagine being a parent or just some random person. You saw the Cars movie once 15 years ago when it came out, and all of a sudden you're just walking through the toy aisle because you got to get something for your little bratty nephew who won't shut up about Fortnite, and you turn and you look at the cars, which are not Fortnite, but I don't know, we'll say hypothetically they're in the same aisle. You turn and you look at the cars, and one of them is called President Mater. What is going through your mind when you see that? What are you thinking when you see President Mater on the shelf? I wish I'd never watched Cars on the Road just so that I could have that experience. Anyway, yeah, this guy turned out really nice. Unfortunately, mine has a bit of a misprint, just slightly off with that that light there, or I guess the lack of the light, which is a little annoying. I wouldn't have noticed it if my camera weren't zoomed in. Really like the expression. Another great Mater Mini Racer expression. I've said before I'm not a big fan of the original Mater Mini Racer expression, but they've been nailing it lately with his variants. This and the Super Speed Mater and the Rumbler Mater. We've got President of the United States with the very cleverly made eagle shield crest made out of car parts. Got his wheels there. Moving on to the back, he's got his A113 license plate. No hazard stripes, which is a pretty rare occurrence for a Mater to not have those. There's a look at the other side, and there is a look at the base. Another solid Mini Racers 3-pack. Another really fun one. These on-the-road packs certainly have not disappointed, which is really nice because, if you couldn't tell from the beginning of this review, I've been a little disappointed with the lack of some of these more significant variants in the 155 scale line. So at the very least, Mini Racers line is doing pretty good right now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time when we'll be taking a break from on-the-road stuff to go back to Cars 2. Bye now.